When I was a kid, one of the burning questions in my life was, what's the biggest number? The concept of infinity was a little too vague to grasp, so I spent a lot of time wondering what was higher than a million, and why we would even need something that huge.
Had you shown some patience, although I realize it's been quite a long time since you were a kid, you would have benefited from the research done by the folks at Lavamind, who have apparently determined that a gazillion is as big as numbers get. All this smoothly leads us into our discussion of Gazillionaire, a shareware release from Lavamind, which isn't quite what it appears to be.
Don't let the planets and spaceships fool you, folks. A better name for this would have been Buy Low, Sell High, since it's as pure a resource management game as you're likely to buy these days. That's not a bad thing, since it's a pretty good game, but don't pick up this thing expecting to become a galactic hero after rescuing the universe, that's all.
You may not be heroic, but you'll be able to buy all the heroes you want if you play your cards right. You're an entrepreneur whose company is plying the trade routes between 7 different planets, competing against 6 other companies. Regardless of how many humans you play with, you'll also have to contend with 6 computer opponents.
That facet of the game didn't do much for me. Somehow, the mental image of 6 people scrambling around a single chair while playing each other is kind of gruesome. I think this game lends itself nicely to competing against human opponents, but it would be a lot more fun if you could do it via network or email.
Regardless of who or what you're playing, your goal is simple. Be the first company to achieve a net worth of 1,000,000 Kubars. At the start of the game, you're given a warehouse on each of the planets, a credit limit from your friendly Traders Union Bank, and your choice of 6 spaceships. I discovered early on that, just like real life, compound interest raises hell with your bank statement. This shot shows IE Inc.'s negative net worth wrecking the bell curve, but I got much better as the game went along.
All of your heavy financial lifting takes place in the main menu. This is where you deal with your friendly bankers. If you see anything in red over here, take care of it because you're about to go bankrupt. All of your trading is done here. The supply menu is particularly helpful because it lets you know what goods are in demand. Perhaps it might better have been called the demand menu. This menu serves as your atlas to the galaxy and allows you to effortlessly pilot your ship from planet to planet. This is where you do all your important planning, taking care of such details as picking up passengers, paying your crew, and buying advertising. I assume you saved the planning menus for last because you feel there's a slight problem here.
That's a nice way of putting it. What gave it away? The anguished screams or the steady stream of expletives?
My left finger hurts from cycling through all the menus during every single turn.
Gazillionaire badly needs a way to let you perform certain tasks automatically each turn without being told. Opening doors in Doom has already destroyed my spacebar. I don't want to wreck my mouse by clicking it 6 times every turn just to buy advertising and pay my crew.
It would also be nice if there were a menu which allowed you to see all of your warehouses at once. I actually had to write down what I had stored, which I found quaint but senseless.
As long as we're getting things off our chest. I wasn't really happy with having to fill up my tank whenever I got gas. If they're not going to let us decide how much gas we need, they should at least give away free gifts with every fill-up.
All of these things are annoying, but they don't even come close to ruining the game. Gazillionaire is easy to learn and hard to turn off.
The heart of this game is in the trading. The only way to squash the competition and rake in the serious dough is to make good deals.
Yeah, but there's something magic about buying at 180 and selling at 720. All of a sudden, the problems that Milken, Boski, and all those other Wall Street thieves had with greed seems to make a lot more sense now.
You do have to manage more than the marketplace. Your crew is unionized, although the union boss will cut you a break every now and then when times are tough. Space travel is fraught with hazards such as Dexy gas, which makes it important to carry insurance at all times to keep that bottom line in the black.
I really like the fact that there were some economic controls. The government auctions off additional cargo space along with facilities at each additional planet, which allows you to generate additional revenue. Additional warehouse space is only available at the government's behest. This prevents you from simply overloading on debt and spending your opponents into oblivion.
You flaming liberal. Does this mean you've already forgotten the Reagan years?
Although I haven't conquered it yet, I still think Gazillionaire is a good game. It's not very complicated, but it doesn't pretend to be a stepping stone to a master's degree in business.
It's hard to see loser's choice showing on the screen at the end of a game, but I plan to come back for more. That's about as solid an endorsement as I can give to any game.
Hey, I'll admit it, any strategy game that beats me the first few times I play it, without cheating, is a game that's going to stay on my hard drive for a long time.